What's up, everyone? This is your stream, Mr. Steven, and welcome to the Steven Factor. As you may know, folks, I'm on my bed. I'm not feeling like to go over there, and because I feel so lazy, and you know who I really am. Actually, I was on my bed trying to warm myself with this big sheet. I should probably get some sleep soon because I am really, really tired. So, as you know, Merry Christmas, everyone. I hope you enjoy this wonderful occasion, and hopefully, you've been safely and protectively to wear your mask, and people also wearing masks are very important as well too. All right, I'm going to do a reaction video about this guy named Donnie Swagger, a Trump supporter, a preacher at the Family Worship Center in Bainmont Rouge. Um, Donnie Swaggert decided to write a letter to the president, but to be honest with you, he's trying to do something a little different. He decided to say things on the national television, and as really known about this, Donnie Swaggert was so upset. He knew that the election is over, and President Trump will might leave the White House this January 20th. So here's a reaction video, and after I finish watching the reaction video, um, I have something few words to say. So enjoy.
I write very few letters. I answer emails, phone calls, but I write very few letters. Dad and I were talking Friday, and we were talking about the president. And I was talking about how disappointed I was that the mainstream Republican Party has abandoned our president and are running for the hills. And I said, I saw him on TV yesterday, and they did a close-up of his face. And I said, I looked into his eyes, and I could see a man that loves this country. I could see a man that knew he won, and yet it was being stolen from him. And if I would ever write a letter to any president, I would say this to you: Dear Mr. President, I registered to vote in 1973. I have never missed an election, city, state, federal, in that. In 2015, when all of the different candidates began to jump out and declare themselves as candidates on the conservative side, I would look at them, hear their remarks, and just go, no. They're just like all the others that have come before them. They're just a professional politician. And I would tell you that I was growing disheartened because I didn't see a true conservative. Until the day I turned on the television and I caught the part where you were going down the escalator of Trump Tower to announce your candidacy. I listened to what you had to say. And in my heart, I said, that's the man I'm supporting. And it was amazing. At lunch, I mentioned that. Mother and Daddy looked at me and said, we saw it, and that's who we're supporting. And I don't know what the outcome is going to be, but as one American citizen, to his president, I want to say I love you, I respect you, and I want to thank you for the following. Number one, I want to thank you for being a friend to Israel. Number two, I want to thank you for being the most ardent hater of abortion of any president that we've ever had in the White House. The only president to ever speak at the Right to Life rally in Washington, D.C. I want to thank you for your defense of Christians around the world. I want to thank you for defending our rights to preach the gospel and to proclaim the good news of Jesus Christ. I want to thank you for getting us out of needless wars. I want to thank you for getting us out of treaties that other administrations have signed that has wasted trillions of dollars of taxpayers' money and has never produced one good thing for the people of the United States of America. I want to thank you for the tax break that you gave at a time when many Americans were hurting and needed it. I want to thank you for doing your best to make America great again. Mr. President, I am so glad that I had and have a president that didn't travel around all over the world apologizing for the United States of America. Because, Mr. President, you know in your heart, and you stood up to it, America has nothing to apologize for. Where there is pain and suffering, you'll find America there. Where there is tornadoes and storms and people are without things, it's the United States of America that are the first on the ground. Thank you for your support of our military. Thank you. Our previous administration had literally decimated our armed forces, but thank you. In these last 4 years, you built it up to once again, it is the greatest fighting machine on planet Earth. Thank you. Thank you for allowing people to lay hands on you and pray for you. Thank you for saying that we're not divorcing Jesus Christ from the White House. Mr. President, we pray for you. We lift you up. As the songwriter said, it's not over until it's over. But should it not go the way we want, I just want to say this to you, 2024. And in closing, Mr. President, as an amateur historian who has studied the lives of every single man that sat in the White House, I consider Abraham Lincoln and you the two greatest presidents to ever serve this country. And from an American citizen to an American president, thank you for all that you have done. That's my letter to President Donald J. Trump.
Yeah, right. All right. I just want to say something that is completely controversial. When Donnie Swaggert said to compare from Abraham Lincoln to Donald J. Trump, that was so disrespectful. That was so inappropriate. That was so unacceptable. But what Donnie Swaggert didn't know that Abraham Lincoln was black, and some evangelists didn't know that Abraham Lincoln was black. He's half black and half white. But what I'm trying to say is the reason why I said that Abraham Lincoln was black, you have a black in him, inside his blood, from his ancestors. So I already knew that Abraham Lincoln was part of the Black History Month since when I was in high school. And I remember when Miss Dow said, I didn't know Abraham Lincoln was black. And I didn't know either. So I did a little research about it. It was a little paragraph. And it's been revealed that Abraham Lincoln described himself as a black and his complexion in 1859 as dark, but whether he meant either and central sense is unknown. The Charleston Mercury described him as being of the dirtiest complexion. So, in other words, he's 100% half black and half white. But I will subscribe Abraham Lincoln is black because he got that from his ancestors. Now, the letter to the president was so ridiculous. I know Donnie Swaggert was very disappointed. He knew that his Donald Trump's presidency has come to the end. And second of all, he didn't promise us anything. From Common Core to inner structures like roadways, subways, whatever. And Donnie didn't even mention he's been diagnosed with COVID-19. And also Donald Trump doesn't even care. He doesn't care about people. All he definitely care about as himself. People think it's like a 2016 all over again when the Russians hacked Hillary's emails and especially her campaign, and they decided to recount it for the Electoral College. And also, look what happened 4 years later. Donald Trump lose. There's no evidence. There's no fraud. Everything is messed up. And it's time to move on. But I really don't like Donnie Swaggert's letter was completely unacceptable. I really don't know how the heck he compared from, and he doesn't know that Abraham Lincoln is black, was black. That was completely unacceptable. 47 years at the age of 18, registered to vote as a Republican. He knew to stand up for his right. And he knew he would be his number one fan. But you know what? It's over. And I don't know that if Donald Trump will going to succeed in 2024 for his second chance, I think he's going to fail. Watch. He will definitely going to fail. Because right now, everything going to get changed. It's about to change, folks. Trust me. Right now, we're in the middle of this pandemic time. People don't wear a mask, especially for across the country. We need change. That's all I can say. So this is a reaction video from the letter to the president. And yes, the radiator's on. I'm definitely getting some sleep. But for now, this is yours truly, Mr. Steven saying, Dolo by La Familia. Thank you for watching The Steven Factor. And make sure to put on your mask because they're saving lives. Good night. Everyone, Mr. Steven here. Thank you so much for watching my new episode of The Steven Factor. If you want to learn more about my video, and especially my channel, hit the subscribe button. Alright? It's right here. Green. And also click on the notification bell to check out my newest latest videos. See you there.